Welcome to Micro Mindfulness for first responders and healthcare providers. The structure, the format is for me to go over a brief introduction, which lasts 1 or 2 minutes, and then I move on to a topic, a mindfulness topic, and a mindfulness tool that relates to that mindfulness topic. We go through a guided meditation where I guide you through a meditation for about 5 minutes. I bring you back and we say goodbye and part our ways. The whole thing lasts less than 10 minutes, and if you have any questions afterwards, I will offer my email address for you to email me. So let's move on to the introduction portion where I talk about the topic. Today we're going to discuss anxiety and the mindfulness tool of square breathing. There are different tools with mindfulness that you can use. You can use sense, you can use listening, you can use sight, you can use motion, you can use your breath. And today we are going to use our breath. And we use our breath in this instance to calm our nervous system down. With mindfulness, one of the goals is to notice. And what are you noticing? You're noticing that you're thinking. You're noticing that you're taken out of a calm state into an agitated state. And sometimes when we have anxious feelings, we don't notice that we're feeling that anxiety. We just feel the anxiety, or we lash out, or we're just agitated or in a bad mood. And with mindfulness, when we start practicing it, we teach our brain to identify when we are in these agitated states. So today's meditation is going to be about calming your nervous system down when you have an anxious moment. Now we're going to move into the guided meditation. So we begin by finding a comfortable position. That could be sitting in a chair, it could be laying down on a bed or a couch, it could be sitting on a couch, and you may even be walking around, which is perfectly fine. All of these things, whatever supports you, is what you're going to do right now. And then we transition into orienting ourselves in our space. This is really important before you start a meditation, just to kind of look around, know where you are. Maybe you notice that there's a window behind you, and so if there's noise coming from there, you know that maybe that's where the noise is coming from, or a door, you hear a sound in the direction of the door, you're not jarred because you know that's where the sound is coming from. Also, just kind of think about where you are in time. So whatever the day is today, whatever the time is for you, it's just nice to kind of orient yourself to space and time. And now we're going to move on to the guided meditation part. So if you're comfortable allowing your eyes to close, now is a great time to allow your eyes to gently rest. All of these are suggestions. If for some reason it doesn't feel good to keep your eyes closed, then you open them and you find a spot to stare at, just one point to just look at. And know that while you're sitting here listening, if at any time you need to move, you can move. If any time you need to scratch, you scratch. These are all just suggestions, but you're going to find what resonates for you and what is comforting for you right now. So taking a breath, we begin by inhaling and exhaling. So let's inhale and exhale. And just notice for a minute how you're sitting. Notice maybe your feet are on the ground, your seat is in a chair, maybe you feel the weight. Just notice that for a minute, the weight in your feet, just as a way of kind of bringing you into this moment. And let's take another breath. So inhale and exhale. And now we are going to transition to the tool of square breathing. So as you sit here, maybe you can imagine a square, just in front of you, a square. And the square has equal sides, so all 4 are equal sides. And if you were to look at the bottom left of the square, you would start at the bottom and imagine that you can trace the square. So you're tracing the square from the bottom left, up the side, tracing it over the top, tracing it down the right side, and then tracing it over the bottom. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our breath. We're going to breathe following the pattern of the square. So we're going to take a breath. We're going to hold our breath. We're going to exhale, and then we're going to hold our breath. So just follow along, and if it's uncomfortable at any time, just move to a breathing pattern that works for you. Know that I'm going to do it a couple times to get the hang of it. So let's just start in that bottom quadrant, that bottom left-hand side. So imagining you're at the bottom and you inhale first. So inhale as you trace the line up, and then hold your breath as you go over the top of the square. And then exhale your air as you come down the right side. And then hold your breath as you go over the bottom. Again, inhale up the side, hold over the top. Exhale as you trace the line on the right down, holding your breath as you go over the bottom. Once again, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Inhale up the side, hold across the top, exhale down the right side, hold across the bottom. Practicing that a couple times on your own. And maybe you find that you like to do it a little faster, or maybe you even want to go slower. Know that you can do what supports you, what feels right for you. There are no hard, fast rules into how you do it. The goal is to calm your nervous system down, slow your heart rate down, knowing that when you are in an anxious moment and your heart speeds up, one of the things you can turn to is breathing in this type of way to slow your heart down, which in turn calms your nervous system. So now transitioning from that square breathing to sound. Maybe breathing doesn't work for you. Maybe breathing causes you a little bit more stress, or maybe you feel a tightness in your chest. You're going to move to a sound. So just listen. Listen to the room. Listen to what's around you. And listen to the chimes that I'm going to ring. I'm going to ring the bell 3 times. And at the end of the 3rd time, just allow your eyes to open and transition back into the room. 3 times, and then open your eyes. Opening your eyes, just looking around for a minute, coming back to the room, coming out of the meditation, and maybe take your hands and rub them together for a second, and let's inhale and exhale. So inhale and exhale, and reminding yourself that in moments when your heart is speeding up, when you're feeling anxious, a great thing that you can do, that you're training yourself to do, is breathing, and breathing in a very specific pattern. So inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Thanks for joining me today. If you have any questions, you can email me at Gina, Gina, at mindfuljunkie.com, mindfuljunkie.com. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye.